answer, and who's got one tonight?
I got one. In the book and in class, you talk about the reveal, but you went a little fast for me. Could you just talk about it a little more?
Yeah, I can. The reveal. The reveal is a mechanism that is in the punchline. I call it punch, I don't know, because it's so often not a line. And that reveal is a piece of information that fires off the joke, okay? That informs you of the reinterpretation that shatters the target assumption. So, for instance, if I would to do a joke like, for Father's Day, I took my father out with a .45 automatic, okay, right? Well, I put the reveal now that piece of information, .45 automatic, has to be at the end of the punchline sentence. Okay. Now, I'm going to say information at the end of the punch. Because it's not always language, sometimes it's an action. Now, if we take this further into movies, it might be a shot of something or where somebody's standing. It's a piece of information. But that's got to be the last thing that's said, done, and I call it a reveal because that's what carries the surprise, reveals the surprise of the reinterpretation. So that's really important that be at the end. And this is not a small point because if you put your reveal in the middle of your punchline sentence and you talk what I call talk past the reveal, okay, you're stepping on your own laugh is what you're doing. And a lot of people just like chronically write that way. They write things that, they don't know. Because you've got to identify what's the reveal, what fires off the joke. That's got to be at the end. In my day, when I was coming up, I took a class. It was very informal, but the guy said, that was the good piece of information I got. He said, put the punch at the end of the punch. Now it's kind of weird language since you're talking about two different things and you name them the same thing and they're in the same location. So I started, as I've looked at things and I realized, oh, that reveals what the joke is, that piece of information that fires it all off. So there's two different ways that you can, well, first of all, if you talk past your reveal, you're stepping on your own laugh. Let's take that a little bit deeper. Okay, because I watched a comedian at a club one time to train an audience to stop laughing. Because he chronically had had information past his reveal. He had good jokes, good personality, et cetera, awake, but he to a certain degree, and he would do it, he'd hit his reveal and the audience start laughing, and he'd overshout them! So they'd all shut up, right? And then he'd do the next one. He'd overshout them and a lot of times it was useless information. But and slowly they stopped laughing because they wanted to hear what he had to say. See, they're being polite. Well, so they stopped laughing. Pretty soon it was so chronic that after like the 10th one, the audience is now smiling and enjoying themselves, but they're not laughing. Okay, so he's conditioned them to stop laughing. Now, they're not laughing. So he then starts blaming them for not laughing. You people don't know what's funny. Now, one of my principles is whatever state you're in, the audience is in. So he goes into blame. You're a bad audience, and they're going pretty soon. They're thinking, oh, you're a bad comedian, and now you can that loop starts to go until you can hear the toilet flush on that show. Okay, and he left the stage angry and stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and it was only because he chronically didn't know what a reveal was. Now this is technical. This is a technique. This is a technical piece that can screw up a whole show if you don't put your reveal in the right place. As close to the end of the punchline sentence as possible. Sometimes you can't put it absolutely at the end, but get it as close as you can. Okay? And so there's two ways that people do this. One, they take relevant information for the punch and write it after the reveal. Okay? And so it'll be the wrong piece of information it'll be the right piece of information, but after the reveal. So, and that means they should reverse those two things. Okay, so I'm trying to think of an example. Anyway, for instance, well, if I did the same joke, for Father's Day, I took my father out with a .45 automatic. I used that to kill him. You follow? That kills the joke. Okay. First of all, you don't have to explain that you killed him because that's implied because of the double meaning of took out. And when the audience hears .45 automatic, that fires off the joke. Now that comedian is still talking. Okay. The other one is irrelevant information. That the comedian hits the reveal, the audience starts laughing, and then they say nothing of importance. Usually it's like, yeah, it's that way. Well, okay, here's a joke. My girlfriend, she has a tattoo of a seashell on her inner thigh. And when I put my ear against it, I can smell the ocean and stuff, because it really is that way. It's that, it's true. And you follow? That joke should be saying, and when I put my ear against it, I can smell the ocean. End of joke. And I see the ladies are appalled. So this is not a minor point. Again, it's a technicality that so many people overlook. There was a late night talk show host, I won't say who it was, who in his monologue would chronically talk past his reveals. I just couldn't watch it. It drove me crazy. Like, stop talking right there, no window. Also, because it gives you the cue. That's where you stop talking and give the audience a pause so that they can laugh. Okay? Also, that's the information the audience needs, and they need a moment sometimes, 2, 3, 4, to put all that incongruity and resolve it in their head and then laugh. So that when you wait for their laugh, let them laugh before you talk again. So it's very much about it helps you with your rhythm of the show. But mostly it's about not stepping on your own laughs. So my suggestion is to go through all of your jokes and go, where is the reveal? Identify that and put it at the end of your punchline so that you know when to stop talking and the audience knows when to start laughing.